Okay, so at 8:30 to 9, you monitor students at recess, and what that looks like is monitoring students playing and encouraging appropriate playing behavior on the playground equipment. Huh?
I mean, these are still aid things.
These are the
That's what teachers are out.
I mean, I know, but I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, these are still common sense things. Like, you're giving me common sense, like, you're breaking down common sense stuff.
Yeah,
like, you're not telling me.
We just want to offer clarity on what
I mean, but I understand that, but like, you're sitting here, you're in here telling me common sense things, like as if I'm that behind that I have to sit here and listen to you telling me how to do common sense.
Well, let's keep going because I want to get to the point where you're teaching lessons in the classroom. So after recess, you're coming back into Miss Graham's room, and you're going to be responsible for teaching science and writing per your meeting with Miss LaCour, Miss Wright, and Miss Graham yesterday. You're responsible for preparing lesson plans and activities for the students, and then you will rotate through all the students in the 40-minute block. So each group that you're meeting with needs to be about 10 minutes, so that way you can have a little bit of transition time between rotating, and then you'll see all of the students. And I'm going to ask both teachers to make sure that they have groups prepared for you, so that it doesn't, so you're not, like if Miss Graham's pulling kids and you're trying to pull kids at the same time, it won't conflict, so they should have groups prepared for you to make it fluid. 9:40 to 10:25. Specials with Miss Graham's class, you'll stay with them during specials on those listed days, but on Tuesdays you'll go play with your team. 10:30 to 11, you'll help with the pre-K lunchtime, and you'll assist students, and it kind of lists what that looks like in the when you're covering lunch. So helping get their trays, walking up to the aisles, checking on students, making sure they're not choking, opening students' milk, attending to spills, assisting students who need to use the restroom, assisting with dumping of trays. When the students are leaving, escort Miss Graham's class to the outdoor area, or if they're doing indoor recess in the classroom. 11 to 11:30, monitoring students at recess, and then your lunch is from 11:30 to 12. And then 12 to 12:45, that's the same thing for Miss Graham's class at the beginning, and now it's in Miss Wright and in Bowden's class, but it says the same thing, that you're responsible for preparing lessons. You'll rotate through all the students in the 40-minute block. She'll have the groups for you. Each lesson should be about 10 minutes with the group. 12:45 to 1:30 is your conference time. So I listed some areas that you can work in if you don't feel like you don't want to stay in Miss Graham's room or Miss Wright's room like you were just now. So you can go into the teacher's lounge, you can come in here, or you can stay in the classroom. 1:30 to 3 is in Miss Graham's room. You'll be assisting with the nap, snack, end-of-day routines, just all the stuff to help the kids get ready to go home for the day. Dismissal tags, bathroom breaks, prepping for the following day. And then at 3, you'll have same thing, pre-K dismissal with Miss Dowd's class, monitoring students, and then helping escort them down to the gym, where the rest of the students will come at 3:27, and helping monitor all the students towards the end of the day.
I know, that's what I've been telling you. It's just the same aid, like.
Well, this is what all teachers, when they're doing things, most of these things with like monitoring recess, lunch duty, dismissal, I mean, it's not an aid position. It's teachers are doing the same stuff.
No, they are doing the same stuff. They do. Every teacher knows she has to do common sense things. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I mean, as far as the working with them, getting to understand like the testing, getting to understand like the ISD background of things, and like just knowing the ins and outs of, you know, how the system works and all that stuff that I was promised, that stuff has not been fulfilled. I was told I was going to have a trainer, told that I was going to get all the same stuff.
Yes, you have a mentor. It's Miss
Mentor, yes, but I mean, you know, like I said, when I got over here, I was told, oh, well, you're so good at it that now you don't need it, you know, so.
No, Miss Attaway's still your mentor.
Yeah, but who has she been mentoring?
She's supposed to be mentoring you.
Okay, and has she?
You'll have to tell me that.
We both know she has not.
Well, I will make sure to discuss that with Miss Attaway. Okay, I want to go over the agenda. These are just things that I want to pinpoint, go over, make sure that we have clarity on. And then after that, if you have any further questions, if it's things I can answer right now, definitely will. If not, then we can have another meeting shortly after. Okay, so follow the schedule. It's the one that was provided. Any changes to your schedule need to be approved by campus administration. In addition, it's important to be on campus and in your assigned classroom by 7:30 a.m. to assist with monitoring students and assisting with the students' breakfast. During lunch, you're expected to assist as follows: be in the cafeteria at 10:30 a.m., monitor students, assisting with students receiving trays, walking up and down the aisle, taking students to the bathroom, attending to any spills, communicating with your team to hear their needs or to discuss needs you have. If you're leaving, communicate with your team, even if it's just taking the kids to the bathroom, because we all know there's probably more kids that have to go to the bathroom than just one. So they may be able to send some with you, or they can take the one that you have. Okay, so during recess duty, you are to assist as follows: be at recess at 11 a.m., actively monitor students, being present on the playground during scheduled recess times, interacting with students and encouraging appropriate play and behavior, assisting students who need to use the bathroom. If you're leaving, communicate with your team, even if you're taking students to the bathroom. Maintain professionalism when interacting with Kemp Primary community. This includes staff, students, and families. You're required to be on time in the classroom and assign duties. Your personal belongings need to be removed from the book room. Your items were stored in our campus book room the week of 9/11. Which we did say that was fine, but we do need to get those items out of there. I think Ms. Robertson discussed with you this already, that it's blocking the area for us to get to curriculum. So I said you're expected to discuss and coordinate a time with Ms. Robertson to remove the items within 30 days. Okay. We both offered to come up on Saturday to open the book room if you need that.
My mom will be coming with me, and we'll be getting it. Okay.
Yeah, so and if we can try to help with that if we need to, but yeah, we can definitely make sure we're up here to unlock it for you. And the carts storing your personal items in Miss Wright's room need to be removed. They're blocking the doorway, the sink, and the students' calm down corner. And the way that her room's set up, that's kind of the only area those carts would be able to be. But with the students needing the sink at their age, and
they never use that sink.
No, they're right there at
they
the corner.
Never use that sink.
I had seen them there.
Yeah, but that's where she asked me to put them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask that they be removed from her classroom.
They never wanted my stuff in their classrooms.
We can find a place, try to put that in there so you can use it for your science and writing activities.
Where would you like me to put them?
They need to be removed from her classroom.
I know. So you want me to just stick them in the hallway?
That's something that you can also work with Ms. Robertson on. If
where would you like me to put them, Ms. Robertson?
I mean, we provide any materials you should need.
She's lying.
So honestly, if it's personal stuff and there's not room for it, it just needs to go back to your house.
Okay. So any learning materials that I purchase is not welcome.
If you're using the learning materials, we can.
Well, how can I use them if I'm not given a time slot to even?
Well, we just discussed that with you. You have 9 to 9:40 until the 12.
I know,
let's go
but
back. So let's keep going through the agenda. I want to make sure we're staying within your conference time.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So every Tuesday, you're expected to participate in team planning. Now that you've worked that with your team, and
constantly lie.
and they said they enjoyed with you being in there and working together to come up with a plan for you to start teaching in the classroom.
These people are
you're
pure
responsible
evil,
for lesson
I'm
plans and
telling
preparing
you.
activities. You'll be responsible for teaching science and writing every day to students in Miss Wright's class between 12 and 12:40, and Miss Graham's room between 9 a.m. and 9:40. During the 40-minute block, you will meet with all students in small groups. Each group will be a 10-minute lesson. The teachers will have the groups provided for you.
They're being so fake right now.
Walkie-talkies are required to be carried by every staff member. You're expected to carry your walkie-talkie with you. If the office calls for a student in your supervision over the walkie-talkie, you need to respond and assist. That could be like, there's a student that needs to go home for the day, or maybe
Somebody needs to be picked up from the office.
Yeah, or maybe maybe somebody brought Kona ice money. You just need to respond.
They know I
to
do
them.
my
And then
job.
obviously
That's
we have
what's
them
so
for emergencies.
horrible.
So if an emergency
I
arises,
do
you're
over
required to
my
use the
job.
walkie-talkie to to request assistance, which I don't
So you're
think.
saying throughout the entire day, not just at bus duty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All communication related to classroom instruction should be held outside teaching times. This includes conversations amongst teachers and paraprofessionals.
Unrelated classroom instruction.
Oh, did I read that wrong? All communications unrelated to classroom instruction should be held outside of teaching times. Okay, the last one I
And
also
they
needed a little bit of
always
clarification on,
gossip.
so I wanted to make sure that you
And they
had it
just
too.
try
It's
to
on
act
the
like
last
they
page.
don't.
Oh, wait. So go back to that one. All what now?
All communications unrelated to classroom instruction should be held outside of teaching time.
So what's that? What are you talking about? Like the day that I said something about the that y'all were still using the same classroom or something? Are you talking about? when I
This
say
really
something?
isn't like a specific thing.
Yeah, they
like, I'm
were
not leaving it
constantly
one specific-
using
I'm just saying,
the
in general, moving forward,
other
any
black
conversations
teacher's
that are
classroom
unrelated to
every day
instruction need to be held
for
outside of teaching time.
our
Because I only did that one time. So are you talking about that?
morning
I'm not really sure
announcements
what
because
you're
I was
referring to.
talking about them being
When I was talking about the announcements.
racism and the bias
Is that what y'all talking about?
I don't know what you're
behavior
referring
towards
to.
me. They constantly kept using the other black
I
teachers'
don't know.
classroom for
Trying to
morning
figure out what you're
announcements,
talking about though.
and she's trying to
Because
play
I mean,
dumb
I
to
can't
it.
fix it if I don't know what I'm.
Just anything
Just any
unrelated.
conversations with anyone, it needs to be school educational.
And I didn't even say it in the classroom. I said it in email.
Well, that's not what other people do.
Well, that's what you should do.
They
Yeah.
gossip down the
Okay.
hall all the
And
time.
everyone has
So-
the same standards.
Okay, everybody has the same standards, but this is my question. So, if someone comes up to me and it's not school related, where do I report?
You can come to
Don't
me.
ask. People try to do it with me all the time. I say,
Yeah.
that's not the place or the time.
Oh
They're
my
lying.
goodness.
Okay, then the last one, because this had come up and I needed clarity as well. This is not in the principal domain, so I wanted to make sure that I was clear on it too, about the absences with local and state days. And so you have 8 absences right now, and so after
She's lying.
so many, it exhausts your local days. So you've exhausted the local days, and so anything moving forward will be a state day. Just so
She's
you're
just
aware
lying.
how that works. Okay, that's it.
How do I have 8? Because I thought that there was not 8.
Well, I can go ask Polly to pull what days they were. And we can even verify that through some of your emails to make sure that it was the same day.
You sure it's 8?
Yeah, it was. Well, when I looked at it and Tiffany
thought it
looked
was
at it,
5.
it was 8. Well, so you have state days and local days, but all
She's
together
lying.
it's 8 days.
She's
Okay,
lying.
you sure?
But we can go double check it. I can ask Polly to pull it for you and send you a report.
Okay, because I'm just really not sure about 8.
Yeah, I can make sure she gets a report to you. Because,
I thought it was 5.
but I believe you can also go to your ASOP and pull that
Okay.
also. But I can have Holly pull a report for you.
She's totally
Okay.
lying.
Cool.
Horrible person.
Okay.
And
So
what
that's
she's
all we wanted
writing
to do. We
down
just
is
wanted to
going
run
to
through and
some
talk about
fake
some
lawyer
expectations and make sure we have clarity on what
or
some
a
of this
real
stuff
lawyer
looks
that's
like.
lying for her.
You don't have to sign this.
And I
it's
didn't.
just really, it's like a PLC meeting in a way. We're just meeting to go over information.
Well, I know the common sense part of my job. I've been doing that.
So just moving forward, you're expected to follow these expectations.
My thing is, what about the common sense part of my job have you felt like I'm not doing?
Well, it's been reported that some of the monitoring at recess and lunch duty is not happening.
it's
so
completely
I wanted to
lies.
make sure that you were very
I'm the only
clear
one used to buy
on what
toys
that
for the
needs to look
kids.
like.
Oh, okay. So
Take them outside.
you're saying that it's been
Proven
reported that
facts.
I'm not doing what I need to do in the lunchroom, and I'm not doing what what I need to do
I have the Amazon receipts.
recess. Okay. So who is reporting it? Is it my supervisor, or
Well, I'm your
well, not that, but I'm saying, is it coming from
Well, I'm not
the
going to
lead,
discuss with
or?
you who's reporting information.
Definitely not
Well,
coming
I
from
can
the lead,
understand
because
that,
I never
but
did
I
see
mean,
her
I need to know, is
in
it
the
someone
pre-K
high
area.
enough
She
that
stayed
it's going
away
to make,
from me.
a difference? Because
No
if
matter
it's
what,
just,
whoever's reporting it, it's going to come straight to me or to Miss Robertson.
of course,
And
but
so whenever things are reported in any situation,
Of
I
course.
always have a discussion with the staff member just so you're aware of what the expectations are and what you're supposed to be doing. And so reports were made to me, so now I'm just discussing with you what the expectations are, like I would any other staff member,
She lying.
like I've already done several times today.
She's lying.
Okay,
She ain't did this to nobody else.
all right.
I'm the only one got a meeting.
Okay, so and then how are you double checking that to make sure that it is true, and make sure that you're
Which
not
part?
just, these parts that are so concerning.
The monitoring and being at work on time.
Well,
and
yeah,
recess duty.
Yeah.
So we have cameras, so we are
Well,
able
yeah.
to watch footage to make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So what have you seen on those cameras outside that I'm not following
What we've seen though is,
on the camera?
especially lunch duty, is that a lot of this stuff currently is not happening.
Okay, so what am I not doing at lunch that
Well, most of this stuff is what we're not seeing at the lunchtime.
I really need to know, like, what, like I said, you can only fix what you don't know.
Right.
You got,
So
that you're not doing,
I'm thinking that maybe you weren't clear on what your duties were at lunch duty, which is why we're going through it so that you understand what's expected at lunch duty. And so that's part of this, just to offer you some clarity on what it looks like there.
Okay, so what I'm trying to ask you once again is, what exactly are y'all seeing on camera that I'm not doing at lunch duty?
Not following these expectations.
So I'm not doing anything at lunch. So you're telling me that I'm just walking in there and I'm not doing anything at lunch?
Well, sometimes what we've seen and what's been reported to us is that you're standing by the T and not supervising students. Sometimes there's spills and they're walked away from when it's in your designated, or like where you're at the time. That you're picking your lunch up instead of monitoring students out to recess when your lunchtime is at 11:30, when you should be escorting students. And so those are some of the reports that were made. And so what I wanted to offer you was just to give you clarity of what it's supposed to look like at lunch duty.
So you're telling me that there's no other teachers that pick up their lunch before because they know they're not coming back down because it is...
Well, there may be, but I have not seen it, and it has not been reported to me.
Of course.
And
that should raise a red flag.
Okay, so I have finished through the agenda, and I don't have anything else on my agenda to discuss. So you don't have to sign this, or you can. It's just saying that you were present in your meeting with us today. But I think
we have a tape, just like you said. Cameras are cameras.
Yep.
You know I'm in here. I'm on tape. And my thing is, so saying I'm standing by the T, okay? I've seen other teachers get tea. I have mopped up, not only for myself, but my husband. I've mopped up for other teachers.
Awesome.
And I've also mopped up because they're going to call it out. If I would ever walk away from a spill, they're definitely going to call it out. So they're going to bring it to my attention. So I would definitely make sure I go over there and clean it up. So I couldn't walk away from a spill, even if I wanted to. So
it sounds like they're trying to remind you of...
it wouldn't be no reminding. I'm going to be told to get it up. So there's no way I could walk out on a spill.
Okay.
So that's just not even an option. So my thing is, How is it that something that's not even an option for me can be told on me, and then say, and you have a camera that's going to show that I'm getting it up, but yet I get reminded as if I'm not doing the work?
Oh, I mean, that's how you can take it. These were just reminders to offer clarity.
I mean,
on
no,
what
I'm
the
not taking it
expectations are.
anyway. I'm just listening to what you said, because what you said is that it's not happening.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, if there's any other questions, or if you want to have a follow-up meeting, just you can send us a list of items to meet about, and we will, I mean, I'd be more than happy.
Well,
to
no,
meet
I
you.
mean, I don't need another meeting. Like you said, you have your cameras and you have your observations. Y'all have already checked everything and made sure that everything is correct. So as long as you've done that, I have nothing else to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, now you see how the black woman gets treated. They have their cameras, and their cameras have somehow proven that I'm not doing my job by hearsay. All right. That's justice in America for the black woman. That they don't want to bring anything